for my English broadcast, live broadcast, in relation to the new moon in Taurus happening on the 23rd of April 2020. It's a big time of transformation, and then this time is very important because we are actually at the point of the pivot point of a huge transformation that which started at the beginning of this year. Because this is a year 2020, which means a gestation for a new birth, but also happened in relation to the two eclipses that we had in January. So normally the first part of the year is a big time for ending what comes from the year before and a new beginning for the new to come. So the next 6 months, the 6 months after the new year, the beginning of the new year, are extremely important because they really represent, are the expression of this huge transformation. On the top of that, there is also the fact that we are at the beginning of the astrological year, because we are in Taurus. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, but used to be the first sign of the zodiac, and then it is the beginning of something completely new, because it keeps, let's say, it's the second step of a tiny manifestation that started in Aries and is going to be completely manifested in Gemini next month. So big change, big shift. And how is this new manifestation going to happen? How is it going to, what is the, let's say, the thread of this new beginning? The reason why, this is a question, the reason why I called, I refer to this new moon as the quest for the gold within, is because we are at the point where we have to choose how we're going to manifest the new. And is a big, this is a big time for choosing whether we want to go ahead as we are used to do, which means focusing on what the mind is asking us to do, which means the rational aspect of ourselves, or to trust the wisdom within, which comes from what in Neurosoma we call the incarnational star, which is the center of our own being, which is a point of that sits just above the navel, and 2 fingers above the navel and 2 fingers inside, which is the place where we have the memory of the soul, the first cell, which is also the place where we have the memory of, we have the stem cells, which are very high-end healing cells. So we normally are not used to connect with this level of our being, because we were taught that it is our brain that tells us how and then when and then what we have to manifest in the world. Not many people know that this area is about the area of the intestine, and it is the cell of our digestive system have the same energy of the cells of our brain. So actually, this area is also called the first brain, and this is actually the second brain. So what we really need to do is to approach our life from a different level, from the wisdom that we carry within. And the wisdom sits there. The wisdom is nothing that we can acquire, is not something that we can get somewhere, but the wisdom comes from the deep knowledge, the deep essence of our own soul. So this new lunation is going to put us in front of a big question, which is whether we want to go ahead with the old way of being, or we want to trust something completely new, which may be experienced as fearful, you know, as something that we've never done. So we may be a bit worried about doing it, or going back to the rational mind. So the energy of the day of this lunation is, this lunation will happen on the 23rd of April. So 23 in esoteric numerology is called Peter Pan. So is about taking the responsibility of carrying the energy of the four, which is the vision, the responsibility, that the vision of what we receive, and also have the endurance to go ahead with it, which means that we don't have to do it just once or twice. We have to keep going and doing it, going ahead with it, because 23 is also the energy of death and resurrection. Okay, it is the energy of divorce from the past. It is the energy of transcending the insecurity that we carry within about whether we're right or wrong, and then develop an inner spiritual strength, which is going to support us in manifesting in the world who we truly are and what we are. We feel in our heart we want to do. Taurus is an energy of possession, of values, of manifestation, of our own value in the world, because it's an earth sign. So when we manifest normally what we believe in, and then the energy withdraws when what we have manifested is no longer does no longer reflect who we truly are. So at this point in time, we have the withdrawal of that energy, you know, of the what we have manifested is coming in a way to an end, and a new energy wants to go in, but we need to trust our vision. What Taurus really, what is really a feature, that main feature of Taurus is the third eye. In this constellation, we have a third eye. Taurus has a third eye in the center of his forehead, and this is the star, fixed star, Aldebaran. And Aldebaran is associated to Archangel Michael, so it's about having the courage to cut and follow the sword, our own inside. So is a new energy moving through. 23 is a 5, which means change, which means movement, which means also 5 in 𝗏 is the bottle of the base chakra. So is building a new foundation, which is going to be completely in harmony, because the bottle 23 is connected to the crown center and the base chakra, and is a manifestation of our own soul in matter. So 23 is a 5 with the 4 is a 54, which is don't procrastinate anymore, stop procrastinating. You really are what you intuitively feel you are. Trust that. You don't need to know more, you don't need to be wiser, you just need to do what you are asked to do. And then 54, for example, in 𝗏 is the energy, the bottle associated to 𝗧𝘂𝗋𝗋, which is related to karmic absolution, which means again ending, bringing the karmic ties to an end, and then finding a new light, because it's a clear of a clear bottle, which means a new light, a new direction. 5 and 4 is a 9, which is an ending, following the heart within the heart, in your own crystal cave, moving, dissolving the old pattern, going through a process of transformational, alchemical transformation, putting the light on your heart, and follow the light of your soul. So that a new paradigm, a new man, a new woman can come and be manifested in the world. So 4, which is the energy of the month in the Horosoma system, is called the sunlight bottle, which normally is a bottle associated to the solar plexus, having the courage to be who you truly are, and not looking just at the form, but because the form can really leave you, bring you in time a source of a lack of joy. You might not be happy with what you have created, and trust, open the door to the inner wisdom, and then transform what you perceive your ideas, your spiritual ideas, your intuition, into a concrete form. 23 and 4 is 27, which is seeds of light in numerology, bringing, but also nervous, impatient. Don't be too nervous, because you're going through a process of birth. 27 in the Earth system is the bottle associated to Robin Hood, someone who has lost everything and who had the courage to completely follow what he felt in our heart. So the addition, the total addition of the date of this new moon is 31, which is relates to the decision of the heart, overcoming the deep fear, the deep fear in relation to the courage to express the wisdom within. 31 is about I know what to do. I need to let go of my fear and then find the sunshine in my heart. This is why we talk about this wisdom. We deeply know who we are. We deeply know what we want to do. And the degree of the moon is really the pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow. And the rainbow is related to the 7th chakra. And only if we connect we need to connect the higher with the lower, and only then we will find the gold within. We need to go through a process of self-expression, self-recognition, self-accepting who we truly are, so self-worth, self-confidence, so that we can have the energy, the strength to manifest who we truly are. So the degree of the moon is 3 degrees 24 minutes. 24 is a process of deep transformation in time and space. So in the next 2 weeks, because new moon, the energy of the new moon is mainly active in the 2 weeks after new moon, but it lasts actually up to 6 months. This new moon is asking us to make a new covenant with God, make a new covenant with God, ourselves. So, which means that we have to trust, to find the courage to express in the world who we are in the world, and not be tempted by Satan, which is the mind, our mind that divides us, puts us in our mind a lot of fear, in order not to follow what we feel is really what we would like to do. Because in every new moon we plant the seed of what's going to happen. So we are actually at this stage plant the seed for the new to come, for this big connection between the higher and the lower mind within the self. The meridian associated to Taurus is the triple warmer meridian, which is a fire young meridian, and this meridian is related to the ring finger, and the ring finger is the finger where we normally put the ring when we get married. So can you be faithful to yourself? Do you have the courage to keep going? Because we don't need to do one thing just once. We need to have the courage and the strength, the endurance, these four, to keep to go ahead and pursue what we really would like to be. So this meridian has relates the movement and the energy flow and the transformation of the energy and the fluids in the body, and it actually helps us keep the balance between the inner and the outer world. So it regulates our metabolism, it regulates our tongue, it regulates our throat, it regulates our vocal cords, so the expression of the self in the world, and then also it controls our fight and freeze mode response. So, and when this is frozen, this is not in harmony, it affects our immune system, because we can't manage stress, because it keeps us on a constant alert, and then because we are worried, we are concerned, fear is a big subject at this time. So when this is not in harmony, it gives us headaches. It gives us it gives us loose bowels or constipation. It gives us digestive issues and ear problems. While when it is in harmony, also everything flows and we feel much better in harmony with ourselves in the world, because it supports us. The purpose of this meridian is to avoid stagnation of energy. We have to stop remaining into stagnation and moving into something completely new. So, for example, if you want to support yourself, you can have herbal tea of licorice, or, for example, you can wear citrine or rose quartz or the tiger eye to support this process of transformation. So at this time of this new moon, we have a very interesting aspect. Sorry about that. Can you see this big grand trine between these earth signs? So we have Taurus, we have the moon and the sun together. We have the Hecate, and then we have the south node up here in in Capricorn, and then we have this Regulus energy here. Regulus is very important because is associated to Archangel Raphael. The energy of Raphael, which Raphael is the archangel of healing energy, is about realigning, is about supporting us, our own vision of things. So we are asked to let go of the old. When this energy in Capricorn represents the energy of the manifestation has come to its end. And when a manifestation comes to the end, we have a form which is completely free of essence. It's called Capricorn is the captivity in the form, is the state of death, because when we manifest something, we have finished, we have completed it, so there's no more energy moving into it. So the time of death comes, and in this energy we have Pluto, Jupiter and Pallas Athena, which we had the conjunction on the 5th, early morning, 5th of April, when Pluto is destroying the old, but Jupiter is already giving the energy for the new to come, and Pallas Athena is illuminating the mind, so this new energy moving through. And then we have the energy of Virgo, Regulus shifting, this helping us, supporting us, this discrimination. And at this time, at the time of this lunation, we have Ceres opposite Regulus in Aquarius. Ceres is the goddess of agriculture, of end and new beginning. So is supporting this end and transformation. And then Virgo is also the cave, and energetically we are in a cave because we are all locked into our own houses. And then it's the energy of transformation, because Virgo is asking us, it was in the cave that Virgin Mary, gave birth to Jesus, gave birth to the soul. So this Archangel Raphael is pushing this new energy, because if you remember, if you read my blog on my website, ChristianaCaria.com, you see that Raphael is a new healing energy moving through to bring the new life, spring new life in. And Taurus, where we have the Sun and the Moon conjunct Uranus and Vulcan, it's about, what do you desire? Do you want to go ahead the way you have done until now, or do you feel it's time to change? Because we are freeing, all the astrologers talk about liberation, liberating ourselves from the old way of being, which has come, as we said, to an end, and moving into the new. There is a new desire that which impels to rebirth, is pushing us to go into a new cycle of expression, a new energy. And 2020 is about really giving birth. So a new vision appears, because we are Taurus. This is what it's going to do. It's going to materialize something completely new for us. So even if Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, is a sign of new beginning. In Aries we start the new energy because we have an opportunity emerging. Taurus is really removing all the glamour and supporting ourselves in understanding exactly what we want and manifesting it. And in Gemini we have the soul into the birth of the soul in the physical plane. So we really have the stop of the doubting, questioning, because Gemini is about the mind. Stop questioning and manifesting something completely. So we're really a time of where we are asked to trust the new, to find the space to be ourselves, reorient, turn our mind around, and then change our lines. Don't go back to the old way of being. And it's a point of no return, because we need to make a choice, and the new choice must be done based upon the wisdom of the soul, upon what we feel in our heart. So if we transcend the intellect, we are going to really experience a sort of a new revelation, and then uplift our vision, and then be open for a new way of a new intuition to be manifested in the world. The past and the future is really a time of connecting together, past and future. It's really a time of trusting, leaving the old and bringing the old, because the old is important, it's where we have been, but bringing that energy in a new way here. But the new way has to be directed by the heart, because only the new can only emerge, can only come when the old is open to the new, and after the chaos has come. So this big shift, this big rearrangement of things is bringing that new energy that everyone was looking for, everyone wanted to be. And what we're going to manifest here is really an opportunity to build a new world, which is really based on the soul, on the energy of the heart, on the energy of the will of that coming from the heart and through the heart, from the wisdom within. into our material life. There is a big, some of the planets are Chiron, Lilith, Mercury and Aries are in Aries. So Aries is about reorienting our mind. We really are asked to, Aries, the ram, has to focus on something and keep pushing that way, keep going ahead that way, not going a bit here, a bit yes, a bit no. Push and focus on the manifestation of our inner wisdom. Aries is about concentration and focusing. So this goal that we have to trust is not the appearance, the goal of appearance, what I've lost, what I could build, but rationally, but on an intuition, on an insight, and follow that and manifest that in our life as a seed, because 23 and 4 is 27, and in numerology 27 is seeds of life, light. We are planting the seeds of the new world. We are planting the seed of the new being. We are planting the seed of something new. So this is the new energy that this moon is going to manifest. Before I leave you, I would just like to say for the English speaking people that I'm preparing actually a diary with English classes online, because my students from Australia, my students from Mexico have asked, in Greece and so on, have asked about classes, online classes in English. So soon you will see on Facebook, and those of you who are on our school mailing list will receive the diary with all the seminars, 1 day, 2 day seminars that are going to be taught online. And I will also arrange time in a way that you can really follow us in accordance with your own time zone. So just for you to be, if you be interested in receiving our diary, our schedule, English speaking classes schedule, please send a message to me on Facebook, or also you can write to me directly on my personal mail, Cristiana Caria. You find at dot my name and surname practically, Cristiana Caria at gmail.com. So, or to the school, secretary at internationalschool.com. So you can. I'm going to start quite soon. We have just arranged a teaching online teaching room, so we will be able to do that very soon. In the next couple of weeks we're going to start, so hold on, it's going to come. And then so I'm happy to teach numerology and other things, so that you can know a bit more about what this world, also in another language. Normally I travel, but this time, thanks to this new experience, we're going to have also English speaking classes online. So giving you a big hug, and then enjoy this new moon in Taurus on the 23rd of April, and then trust the wisdom within. That must be your guidance now. Bye bye.